Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Tuesday evening, this is somewhat of an emergency broadcast. It's not a trending title, as you can see. Men boycotting dusty 304's, old thoughts, and big back energy. Inspired by last night's show, which was reposted, by the way, in the video section of this YouTube channel, okay? But we had a healthy, robust conversation. You guys joined in, and females as well, with regards to women boycotting men, here in America. So I want to now go left. I want to jump out the window, and I'm sure this will be a throwaway show. However, let's talk men. Now, not every male is a man. We still got a lot of simps, and we're always going to have simps. But men, let's talk about, boycotting, because it's not a one-way thing here. Society is different, and social media, of course, plays a big part in how we interact with each other. Some people don't even like to communicate. Most people want to text. No one wants to pick up the phone. So we move different, and I don't think things will ever go back to the way it used to be. That's just me. But I do want to talk about some of these females of today who are delusional, still in seek of a ring. Yeah, they're in seek of the ring, not us. Me personally, as you should know, I'm single, all right? I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. I date women when I have time at my choice. I'm heterosexual, but I don't need a woman. I'm a great cook. I clean up after myself all the time. And other things that make me happy. I'm happy. Some people are miserable, and they put on a facade and other things that would lead you to believe that they're happy. And let me just say this. This is not necessarily a stab at married guys. Some of you have set boundaries, parameters. I salute you, because you have beautiful little life forces to raise. I salute you. But I want to more so focus on, boycotting women, letting them know that we have options. And I want to make sure that we put a lot of respect on Kevin Samuel's name tonight, and Sinful the P. Sinful the P was my guy, for those of you who may remember. He used to send me $100 donations, and then I would send him $100 donations. We went back and forth out of respect for each other. Never met him, but that was my guy, right? Okay, good evening in the live chat. Let me get myself situated here. I'm sipping a little Pellegrino tonight, and I want to talk about this particular topic. Again, it's not trending, so I need you to hit the like button, share, and we're going to also talk about, in my community section, Cesar Pena, DJ Envy's buddy. What is it? Flippin' NJ. His wife, Jenny, has been arrested. The feds caught her, and I've got the court documents as well, because she has been brought up on charges, for those who have been keeping up with this particular story, brought up on charges of smashing her phone, which was evidence regarding the accusations, the allegations, and the multiple lawsuits aimed at her and her husband, Cesar Pena. So the feds went to the home in New Jersey, and she was smashing the phone with a hammer as they were waiting outside. The story, again, is in my community section. If you want to call in, chime in about that. I would love any type of updates from people who, you're still trying to get money back from that whole flipping NJ thing, okay? Also, guys, showrunner, I'm not fully in the loop. FEMA worker fired for not helping Trump voters. This story comes by way of multiple sources. Now, that's trending. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, that's FEMA, they fired a supervisor, a black woman from California. She was down in Florida, Marnie, Washington, and I saw a little bit of an interview that she did with Roland Martin, okay? I want to give him the credit. She did a long hours interview with Roland Martin, and they found some text messages supposedly from her that she sent out to her team. She was a supervisor. Now, she's been fired from FEMA and her regular job because she was a reservist with FEMA, okay? She was deployed over the years, and she would go to, I guess supposedly help people in distress. But I've got some text messages here, and One of them is misspelled, so I would imagine that was her. It says, not one goes anywhere alone. I guess you meant to say no one goes anywhere alone. Avoid homes advertising Trump. Clearly, I'm looking at the text messages, and then down at the bottom, coconut water is a fast way to replenish your electrolytes quickly, and so on and so on. So she's saying she was wrongfully terminated. They did release a statement, FEMA, saying that her actions were not consistent with their policies, yada, yada, yada. Now, the story first started by way of the Daily Wire, for those who have been following that. I would like to talk about this. If you're up to speed, or if you want to add anything to the story, I would imagine some type of lawsuit is going to go down shortly. But yeah, Marnie, Washington. Let me look in the live chat. Guys, would you say she's a mammy? Would you say she's a mammy who went down there in Lake Placid, Florida, doing too much and got dealt with? Could you imagine homes that were, people who were in need of help because they've been having all sorts of disasters down there, hurricanes, tropical storms, and she didn't want to go to homes with Trump signs on them. Now, in her defense, she's saying that those homes are dangerous. Something about painting, was it blue or purple on the trees to show FEMA, don't come to this home. Supposedly in North Carolina months ago or last year, some FEMA workers got into some type of altercations. I don't know, but I do want to discuss this, all right? Okay, and guys, let me just say this early. Rory, white boy Rory, is a friend of mine. He may or may not call in. Don't cut that white boy no slack. Don't cut him no slack. Don't think just because he's a friend of mine, you can't go at him. He and I were talking earlier today about that situation. What is it, Daniel Penny up in New York? Daniel Penny is a former Marine, choked out a black guy. I forget the guy's name. I'll pull it up shortly. The guy died, right? And he's on trial right now. So Rory and I were exchanging text messages. There's a new update by way of the New York Post. And supposedly one of the witnesses who at first was taking Daniel Penny's side is now saying that the guy who got choked out, and let me pull up his name, sorry. The guy who got choked out did not punch Daniel Penny. So I said to white boy Rory, I said, did they lie on the black man? Hold on, yeah. Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely. Daniel Penny, trial witness, admits lying to investigators, falsely claiming Jordan Neely hit him before subway chokehold. So I sent Rory a text message. Hang on a sec. He doesn't mind me, telling you guys what happened. I said, hey man, I said, did they lie on the black man? He said, I hope so. Okay. I want you guys to go first with regards to that title because I'm ready to jump out the window. There's certain types of females who, I let them know up front where I stand, how I stand, and I'm not afraid to say it. Some of you guys, you get caught off guard, you get tongue-tied. I stand on business when it comes to females. I like females. Some guys don't like them. That's a very dark place to be in, but I like females. I like the ambiance, the aura, the mystique, and I like having conversations with them, but I don't allow them to slither their way in. I don't need a woman to go food shopping. I'm a great shopper. I always have been, decades. I've checked the dates. My mother taught me to check the dates on the food, expiration dates, to read whether it's saturated fat, glucose, fructose. I read all that stuff. Aside from being a hell of a cook. Anybody in the live chat, anybody shut down women who call you when you're shopping and they say, what are you shopping for? Then you say, I'll call you back. Call you back. See, that's the way they try and get in. Oh, now you should get this and you should get that. I'll call you back. Okay. All right. I see a few people on the line here. Let me get set up and situated. East New York, Schwick, I got your donation. Thank you, sir. Area code 314. 314. Good evening.
What up, Star? This is Emmanuel Adzo, the fighter.
Hey, man, good to hear from you.
My man. I seen you on. I had to tap in about the Jordan Neely case. The choke out.
Now, have you been following this? Have you been following that case?
I've been following it very closely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, this is out of, hang on. This is out of New York City. Where are you located? I forget.
I'm in California.
Okay. Now, that's not my
I'm originally from.
That's not my main topic, but I will let you start out because white boy Rory seems to be very upset with regards to the trial, and one of the witnesses, star witnesses, now saying he lied on Jordan Neely. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first off, with the Jordan Neely thing, if you don't know how to put on a choke, if you don't know how dangerous a choke can be, it's easy to kill somebody in a choke. Right. Especially he's holding for 15 minutes in a rear naked.
Hey, Emanuele, can you make some adjustments? Your phone sounds a little crazy, like you're in a tunnel. Can you fix things up so I can really hear you, man?
Yeah. Is that better now?
Yeah. There you go. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so first off, it only takes about 2 minutes before you have severe brain damage when you're in that specific choke that Jordan Neely had to do then. He had him in there for 15 minutes, and he died. He was surprised, acting like he's surprised after he killed him. Right. We can't set the precedent that white boys can just jump on niggas and then put them in chokes and put them to death because someone's acting crazy on a subway.
Facts.
Dude needs to go to jail. Facts. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go to jail, period. Yeah. So imagine if a white boy was going crazy and 5 niggas held him down and one dude put him in a choke and put him to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nah, it needs to end. And in my opinion, first degree murder, no, that's a little bit much, but it's definitely murder because how do you put someone in a choke for 15 minutes and not think you're gonna kill him? You know what I'm saying? So and of course he's lying. The white boy's lying. There's a lot of white boys out here who have a secret, the George Zimmerman effect. They secretly want to get away with killing a nigga, and they see their moment,
right? And
then you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like that's what I believe that was. He saw his moment. He went overboard, killed the dude, which is probably what he wanted to do. Right. And he needs to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Period. He needs to go to jail.
Now, hang on. For those who don't know, this was a killing that took place on a subway platform in New York City. And this guy, he is on trial right now. For those who don't know, this was a major trending national story. I just wanted to say that again. All right. So do you think he might cop out for manslaughter? Because I have not been following the trial, but Rory seems to be upset.
Yeah, I mean, manslaughter. I think he's definitely going to do jail time. There's no way around that. I mean, I don't see any reality, especially in New York, which is a super liberal place. I don't see him getting away, but yeah, I see him doing jail time. Manslaughter, that's the best case scenario for him. So, but we can't set the precedent that these white boys can just put niggas in chokes, regardless if they're homeless or not. How many times has a white boy been like, I'm gonna kill everybody. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I see homeless people out here in California saying crazy stuff all the time. It doesn't matter. I can't just go over there and put them in a chokehold. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
if you're making a citizen's arrest, that's one thing, but you just can't take the law into your hand and start grabbing black guys, subduing them, and as you said, choking the guy for how long? How long was he in that type
15 minutes.
It's too much.
15 minutes.
It's too much.
Only takes 2 minutes before you have serious damage.
Yeah.
It only takes 30 seconds. Yeah. Sometimes, in some cases, less than 30 seconds to put someone to sleep.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, it's ridiculous. And then as far as the mammy goes,
well, hang on a second. For those who don't know, you are a professional MMA fighter. You still have credit with me, so send me a link to your latest video so we can get that in the community section. But okay, so you want to say what about now? You talking about the woman that the fired FEMA worker? I don't know if she's a mammy per se. I want to go in on Dusty 304's old thoughts and big back energy. But go ahead, where do you want to go?
Oh yeah. I can go in on these big back 304's all day. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I go on Kevin Samuels. You know, I often go back and watch his videos, and yeah, I mean, these chicks are delusional. You know, they're out of their mind. The chicks from back in the day, like, they're with their man regardless of if he's up or down. You know, these chicks think that. I was watching a video yesterday, and this chick was saying that, a man should never hit a woman, and even if he's getting his ass beat, blah blah blah, and this and that. And the chick didn't want to accept that. Okay, this girl broke this guy's nose. Yeah. He's supposed to just walk away and call the cops. Like, nah, like, these chicks need to get their shit together. I'm not my bad. You need to get their stuff together, like, and get humbled and get back down to earth. You're not God's gift to the earth. Yeah. You're a woman like every other woman. There's only a few women who are really on that caliber. The women that need to be cherished are the ones that are, you know, like, who are there with their man regardless of if he has money right now or not. The ones that fold, you know, clothes, and you know, that's what it's really about. All these like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B type chicks are nonsense.
Out of here. Hey man, I got your information on the screen. That's the right address, youtube.com/ right there. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. Great to talk to you, man. Remember, send me the link to your latest video so we can get that in the community section tomorrow, Thursday at the latest. All right.
Definitely, my man. Appreciate you, Star. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right.
Peace.
White boy Rory, what's going on with you, man? What's going on?
yeah. That last caller got me fired up, man. I gotta be honest. I know nobody care about him as MMA. You know, nobody care about him rolling on the ground with other dudes in types and stuff. Nobody care about that.
Well, he's not on the line. Hang on, he's on the line.
All right,
can you bring us up?
You know, I don't like the psychology. Like, he got a doctorate in choking people. You know, when he's in a ring fighting somebody, there's a referee in there to save you. When you on the street, you on the subway, this for keeps, man.
Good point.
This for keeps.
Good point. Okay, now hang on.
You know what I'm saying?
Hang on. Bring us up to speed. I don't know where the trial is. You and I were texting earlier. I asked you. I said, did they line a black man? And you said, I hope so. Take it from there.
Yeah, I hope so. You know why? Because listen, they had two black guys. While Daniel Pena had him in a chokehold, they had two black guys holding his hands to the floor, so he couldn't protect the chokehold. Two black guys. One, they had to track him down, and when he gave his statement, he said, "Nah, dude punched me," and was threatening people with bodily harm and violence. You know, and then all of a sudden, he said when they gave him immunity, they were like, "Listen, if you testify against a white boy over here, we'll give you full immunity." And he changed his story. He said, I lied about what I said the first time. All those statements I said were bogus, and now I'm going to tell you the truth now once I got full immunity. This is a racist. This is a racist conspiracy. This is, you know, you got Letitia James, who was a cockeyed looking
attorney general, for those who don't know. Attorney general.
A fat black racist woman with a lazy eye, who Trump is going to get her fat ass thrown in jail, by the way. You know,
folks, do not let this white boy talk crazy like that. Call in if you want to.
We got Alvin Bragg. Yeah. We got Alvin Bragg. That it matters on your skin color if you stay in jail or not. If you were a legal immigrant or you a black dude out here, you getting no bail. You getting no bail on nothing. Jordan Neely was a stone cold dirtbag. He was a stone cold dirtbag. 42 arrests. arrests in 3 years, and had 3 arrests for assaults on old people. A 67-year-old woman, he cold clocked in her face after getting off the train, coming home from work, broke her eye socket. A 72-year-old man, he fractured his jaw getting off the subway train. This kid is a dirtbag, man. You know what? I tell that MMA fighter,
He was a dirtbag. He's out of
he
here.
didn't hang on to the choke for 15 minutes. That was already proven false.
Okay.
That was already proven false. The chokehold was held on for 5 minutes, and don't nobody care how long he held on to the chokehold for. Nobody care. I heard Jordan Neely was doing his Michael Jackson impression when he was getting choked. He was hitting a high note. Oh, ow, ow, oh, now you ain't so tough, right? Now you ain't so tough. Now you ain't fighting old people. You ain't sucker punching old people with your punk black ass. No, this guy's a dirtbag.
All right, take a break. Listen, now I got to focus on my main topic, men boycotting Dusty 304's, old thoughts, and big back energy. Can you speak to that? And then we can come back later if you want with regards to Jordan Neely and the trial.
Jordan Neely, are you okay? He want to be a Michael Jackson impersonator. Jordan Neely, are you okay? Are you okay, Jordan? Jordan, are you okay? You've been choked out. You've been snuffed out by a real white boy. The only thing, Daniel
Rory, I got to get back to this show. Are you addressing the topic?
His ass after he choked his punk ass out.
Okay, listen, I got to go. If you can't get to the main topic, I got to go. All right, I'll talk to you later. Get him out of here, white boy Rory. Hold on a second. Let me go to area code 443. Good evening, 443. Are you there? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Star.
Hey, man, how are you? It's cracking.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
So this movement,
B4.
It's like, how long do you think this is going to last? How long has it been going on? I know it started in Japan, right?
South Korea back in 2019 somewhere. I mean, it's picking up traction here, but I don't think it's going to last. I mean, I put the story out there last night. We had a good conversation, but tonight's the clapback.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might last over there in the East, but in the West, with that Western culture, with everything, the way that the culture is, it's it's built on sex, and sex sells.
Yeah. Hedonism.
And the only people who are going to probably are going to be women who no one wants.
Yeah.
And
okay. Well, so you don't have to say your name, but can I ask how old are you and what state are you from?
I'm 45. I'm originally from Baltimore, but I reside in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Do you have assets? Do you have something that would make you desirable to a 304 or to a big back woman, or something that you have to protect?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have I'm investing in properties. I have invested in properties. I have stock.
Okay.
Yep. So I have assets, and I'm good. But I'm still trying to build. And but as far as when it comes to women, now I'm it's like I'm working on trying to put my stuff in a trust.
Okay.
To make sure that I protect my assets, and I can make sure I leave them to my children.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you have children. So, the conversation, we don't have to just, be crazy and shoot from the hip, man. But I mean, Kevin Samuels did a great job before he passed away. He was talking to females for about, correct me if I'm wrong, 8 or 9 years, talking to men for 8 or 9 years before he started talking to females. So he got it out the mud. But do you remember anything he used to say, or anybody else with regards to, talking to men to encourage them?
Yeah. I think that, he was one of the few people who were not that wasn't pandering to women, which a lot of men have, been caping for.
Yeah.
And women have become whereas though they're used to being lied to.
Mm-hmm.
So, they think that their value is a little bit more. Everyone thinks that they're 9, and the only thing I don't want to speak in general, but
okay.
A lot of women only have to offer sex, and,
yeah.
It has value, when you're in your prime, but when you get older and you're 40 and you're ran through and you have high mileage and you have
mm-hmm.
a few baby daddies and all you have to offer is, again, you're good in the sack, but the guy now who you didn't want when you were in your 20s, when he was in his 20s, is now who worked on himself, and now he's a high value man. He is going to go and get you who he couldn't get before. He's going to get that younger version.
I'm looking for anyone that can speak from a medical position, not just to clown certain females, 304's, thots, and big back energy. All that sounds great, but for medical reasons, women do have a time clock, and the longer they wait to reproduce, and also depression, to my knowledge, based upon my research, depression hits females at a faster rate. You know anything about that? Medical or
you know what I think, a star? Look, if it does pick up over here, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be a whole bunch of down low women who are portraying to be like they're doing the movement, but they're going to be on the sneak tip, getting a piece, getting some, or so they'll go about it as far as that's what they're acting like they're representing, but they're going to be giving it up to someone.
Okay.
All right. Like the guys in the down low. But that's about it, Star, man. It was good hearing from you, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute.
I'll send your cash app, man.
Thank you, man. Take care. Yeah, anybody who has any type of medical background, I would love to hear from you. I don't want to just clown women, but there are reasons that, the ROI, which I've been speaking about for decades, return on investment, it diminishes as women get older. After they have kids, what is that? The postpartum? I forget what that's called. There's reasons. Just check your email. You should be unblocked. Okay. And okay. I think this might be David D. Cordova tapping in. Yes, no, maybe. David, is that you? Area code 647 on a Tuesday. David.
Yes, it is I, David D. Cordova, tapping in Tuesday night. How's it going, Star?
Good to hear from you, man. You sent me an email, but I want to stay on topic with regards to men
for sure
boycotting females, dusty broads, what have you. Where do you want to start?
I heard you talking about 304's, so I wanted to call.
Okay.
No, because I was thinking about the robots, man, because like with all the artificial intelligence and they're talking about making female robots, it's $1 billion business. So I think the weaker men are going to lean in this direction. I know they're going to go in this direction. And I saw something about robots being able to have babies now, that they're working on that. So I'm thinking in a couple years, it might be legal to marry your robot machine. We're going in that direction. So, hey.
Why do you think a man would be weaker to wife a synthetic life form? I mean, other people who have, been designing and producing, building, if you will, robots, and that's a very old terminology. Brilliant engineers, developers. Why do you think someone would be weaker to marry a synthetic life form or an AI? Why would you be weaker?
Because the society is just trying to break the men down. It's just trying to break the man down. So I can see it's just an extension of, like you talk about the proliferation of sex. So whether it's the porn industry or whatever, what have you, all these things that are available to men, I think this is just an extension of it, because it's just destroying human relations. Like you just got to work on your social skills, up your game. Don't resort to these vices because it's going in that direction. That's what I think. Unless you're truly fed up with women, then it's like, okay, well, then technology, this is a blessing. The technology has offered this in these last days, but I think there's other recourses, there's other avenues.
Okay.
But this
I respect your opinion, but there are other people who feel that a synthetic life form can be an educational tool, something that can constantly stimulate your mind. But then again, there's some people who want to grow old with someone. I can respect that, but having a synthetic life form, that's more of a modern term, doesn't mean that someone is weak. You can have I'll say robot as well, in your home, in your bed or whatever, and constantly taking notes. You can leave your legacy to that robot.
Yeah.
That robot will record your history and really leave something for the future. So it's not about, it's not always about sex. I just want to say that, but go ahead.
That's actually a good point. Cause even, what was I going to say? Like almost like they have AI secretaries, stuff like that. So that's actually, if you're using it in that respect, because the hominoid robots were designed supposed to be like housekeeping and stuff. So why not like secretarial work, things like that? So yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. You can.
Well, let me ask you a question, David. You're in Canada.
Sure.
Your YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have your YouTube information on the screen. Today's religious talk. Are you married? Are you single? What's your story and how old are you? I forgot.
I am 40 years old. And I'm a Gemini. No, I'm happily single. I'm a single man, and I'm just focused. I've been single for a long time though, but it's crazy because I'm so into my routine. Like I think I've actually just fell in love with being single, like the single life.
Okay.
So,
what do you do for affection, David? Let's cut right to the choice. Let's cut right to the chase. Cut right to the chase.
I don't want. I might have some friends watching the show, so I have to be careful right now. But look, I keep feminine energy around me. I'll just say that because it's very important. It's very important to have female friends. A lot of times the whole red pill thing, they discourage that. They're like, oh, men shouldn't have women as friends because if you're not getting anything out of it. No, you can have female friends because it's educational. There's value in that, having a female perspective. So if you're a man and if you're a single man, it's important to keep feminine energy around you. It's important to network, whether social or business. Just stay active, go on dates, do your thing.
I disagree, but I hear you.
Stay fresh.
I hear you.
That's how I stay fresh, but that's what it is. But yeah, I think.
So let me ask you one more question because I'm getting backed up on calls here. So you do not recommend men, in a sense, boycotting certain types of female. You think all females, are useful, happy-go-lucky guy. Ha ha ha. Is that you?
Oh no, hell no! They should do a boycott. A lot of these ones. There's a lot of Decepticons out there, I'll say. Okay. So I think they should. When I put out that video about what was it? Is Satan using females? That was an important video for the men.
Okay.
So no, they should definitely. So, but yeah, I've become a bit of a. I try to stay in my lane because I'm stuck in the religious thing, which I love. Don't get me wrong. Right. But I turn into somewhat of a media junkie because when I'm doing my research, I'm always tapped into feeds, so I'm getting all this information. So, sometimes I'd be blowing up your email. I apologize. Okay. I can't resist because.
Well, listen, man, it's great to talk to you. I got your information on the screen, and let's catch up soon. Thank you, David. Thank you.
For sure. Sounds good. Thanks, Star. Okay. Take.
Good guy. Just a little giggling a little too much, but good guy. Hold on a second. Thank you for your donation. Delicity, did I say that right? Salute to you, sir. Yeah. Boycotting certain types of females, doesn't mean you hate anybody. Doesn't mean you're in a bad place. Hey, also, I'm looking for someone to confirm something about Cesar Pena. For those who still care about that particular story. Oh, I did speak to Tony the Closer earlier. Tony's still on his JOB. Let's go to area code 214. It's Tuesday night. You see the title, Men Boycotting Certain Types of Women. Are you there? 214. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing this evening, Star?
Good. Where do you want to start, sir, with regards to the title first?
Yeah. So in my personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion, if the movement really does kick off like they claim, have you seen the movie Children of Men?
I'm not sure. Is that a sci-fi film? Is it something recent?
You can kind of say it's like that dystopian sci-fi type.
Okay.
And what it is society hasn't had children in a very long time. And 12 years, I believe it was, or 13 years or something like that, there has no child been born.
Okay.
And I believe the last child that was born lived to be 12 years old. He was something like a miracle baby.
Okay.
And I think that's just where it'll go at this point. Because if you really look at it, all the females who crashing out behind it really got like a small form of Trump derangement syndrome. They're mad because of this and they're mad because of that. He's taking away our rights and things of that nature. And in my personal opinion, I can't see where rights to man is taken away. You still got access to a job. You still can get money. You still can form your own business, companies, things of that nature. So I don't really understand it other than, like it's been said, just another feminist movement that's on deck, that's coming to pass.
If I can jump in for a second, I think you're more so addressing yesterday's show, and I appreciate that. But if you don't mind leaving a comment over there, today, this is kind of the clapback. I'm giving men a chance to talk about, boycotting certain types of females. That movement before, again, that originated in South Korea back in 2019, it's part of a formula that was written about decades ago. Philip K. Dick, Arthur C. Clarke, some of your greatest science fiction writers. So the film that you referenced, they more than likely got it from some of those books that have foreseen certain things that will happen in our future. Are you married? You married?
I am. Actually, I've been married for almost 20 years. So, it's really no sweat on my back. Right. But I feel for the younger guys because, my goodness.
If I can jump in for a second, I don't mean to cut you short. Okay, so.
No, sir.
So you found a way to make things work. I would imagine in the early days, you had to go through a couple of speed bumps, as most people do in relationships, but you have a union. It works. I salute you. But now society is very different now. Social media plays a part. As soon as you go out with somebody, what do? They go home and they're telling people about the goddamn date, or they're streaming live while they're on the date. You didn't have to deal with that, did you?
Disrespectful in my personal opinion.
Right.
Very disrespectful in my personal opinion.
Right. So do you have any words of encouragement or anything with regards to young males today who are dealing with 304's thoughts? And let's talk about some of these old ass thoughts, man, who have no assets, and run around here, they have to dye their hair and all sorts of stuff. Any words of encouragement for younger men?
Hey, all I can really say at this point in time is to use discernment. Stay frosty, what I'm saying? Keep your head on a swivel, all of those good things.
Okay.
And everybody's going to have needs that need to be met, but you just got to be careful nowadays, man, because you could be dealing with a maniac person. Like, for real, though, they really spazzing. It's really ugly out here. And I just hope that the young men of this time take their time, use some discernment, and understand that you're dealing with a whole bunch of weirdo females out here. So, I don't know.
Thank you for the call, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Allow me to pick up the pace a little bit here. I'm not saying you have to follow my lead, but there's things that a lot of you younger men have to look for in some of these females. And again, I like women. However, I will check them, early when we're out and about, or if we're exchanging any types of information about each other. What have I been saying for years, decades on the microphone here? When you meet a female, most people exaggerate with regards to their upbringing. And again, females are in seek of a ring. They want to be able to tell their friends, yeah, he proposed to me, black, white, Asian, all of them. What some of you guys need to start thinking about is what type of man, if there was a man in her life, what type of man raised her? Does she lie about her father? Does she lie about being daddy's little girl? Well, you can start by looking at her goddamn teeth, right? That's what I've always said. Look at her teeth. If her teeth are jagged, that means daddy never put braces on her teeth. Look at the teeth. It'll tell you a lot. Okay, teeth can be gray and you can bleach the teeth, but look at her goddamn teeth first. Can I get an amen in the live chat? Claim to be daddy's little girl, but daddy didn't put braces on your teeth? Your bottom row looks like a fucking picket fence, and you looking at me, you telling me what you will and won't accept? You think you're worth a $250,000 ring? Well, how much were you worth to your father? Now, you don't have to be that hardcore, but let's start there. And then you push to meet her mother. See, some of you got it twisted. You think, oh, yeah, her mom want to meet me. I got to be on my best behavior. No, be aggressive to meet her mother. Find out if her mother was educated and listen to how she speaks. Find out if her mother has any type of blood deficiencies. Is she anemic? Oh, when you got a girl who's always cold, that means she's anemic. Her mother might be anemic. That could be a hereditary blood deficiency. Polyps, all sorts of cancerous things. Ask her mother. Talk to her mother. Don't be scared. Find out if her mother had lumps up under the breast. Find out if her mother has one or two children that she never talks about. Anybody know what I'm talking about in the live chat? Come on. I'm sure Kevin Samuels has spoke about some of this stuff, right? See if the mother has anger issues, mood swings, and does she hide behind religion? Whenever somebody tells you, oh, my mother was real religious, well, that just means she's very closed-minded. More than likely, she doesn't know about multiple religions. She just knows about what she thinks is her Bible if she's Christian. Just had to say that, okay? Come on, let's pick it up here a little bit. Don't call in and you lost in the goddamn sauce. These women are plotting and planning your goddamn downfall. Area code 586. Good evening. Are you there? It's Tuesday night. A lot of noise in the background.
Oh yeah, we're in the building. What's going on, Star?
How are you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Life is good. I tell you what, it's about time we boycott these 304's, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. These chicks out here running circles around you guys. You simping for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're breaking your pockets. They're telling you off the rip. You gotta pay the bills just to date them. They're wearing white dresses to weddings. They shouldn't be doing that shit.
Right.
Because none of them.
I need you to watch the language, sir. Watch the language, please.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little charged up right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so they're wearing white dresses to weddings. I think marriage is obsolete in 2024 because what I'm saying, all these bitches are bust downs, and we need to get a movement to get these chicks back in the house and take away their right to vote. I think this last election is proof of that. just the fact that most of these female species went for this went for a old chick peddling abortion with twerk fest at her rallies. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that y'all went for that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all right to vote should be taken away. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, you know, I hear you talking about other females and so on and so forth. Are you a father? Are you a father?
Hell yeah, I'm a father.
Do you have a son? If so, what do you teach him? Regards to women.
I'm a father. I got a son. I got a daughter. I'm married to a black woman who voted for Trump, by the way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got me one. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't on no female. I ain't on no woman hating shit.
Right,
but you know, there's a difference between the women and the females. You know what I'm saying? They ain't all the same.
Yeah.
So they ain't all the same. So
it's very noisy in the background. I appreciate your calling, but I can't have you killing the vibe. Thank you, man. Thank you. I let him speak, but come on, you can't call in and just constant noise in the background. Area code 323. Good evening. We're talking about men boycotting certain types of women. Are you there?
How's it going, Star?
It's going, sir.
What's up, Star?
Hey.
Yeah, I don't think that men are boycotting women. I just think we're going the passport bro route at this point.
Okay.
Especially Hispanic men. And to touch on what Kevin Samuels was saying, he was saying that black men are moving towards the Latinas. But honestly, even the Latinas in this Western society are going downhill real fast. So now we're going the passport bro route.
Mm-hmm.
We were going with the old mammies for a while, but they got played out and they got real bougie and real big headed. So now we're going the passport bro route, and I feel like the women are feeling it. They're feeling it and they don't know what to do. So now they're trying to boycott us, but it doesn't matter.
Can I ask your ethnicity, sir?
I'm Hispanic. I'm from El Salvador.
Okay. Have we spoke before, El Salvador?
No.
Okay. Well, listen, with regards to boycotting certain types of women, I can say to you very honestly, and I'm not, trying to be, just mean-spirited, Hispanic women have to be educated for me to date them. Now, I can smash, but I'm not the type of man who just wants to have random sex partners, So you mentioned mammies. Did you say mammies? I'm trying to remember what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us, educate us. You said you're Hispanic. Tell us about the scamming, cutthroat Hispanic women who don't get the same type of treatment that black women get. Tell us about those who are all up in the goddamn escort websites, and they have the audacity to say no black men.
I don't really think that because I live right here in LA, right? And if you go down,
so it's a reality. So it's a reality. You have Hispanic women coming from all different places: El Salvador, Ecuador, Venezuela, and they say no black men in terms of who they will and won't service. You're saying you don't think that's a reality?
I don't think so. I think they're coming and they're just scamming whoever they can at this point. Okay. I mean, I feel like they're crossing the border and they're giving it up to whoever they can. They're smart. They're more submissive, and that's the reason why dudes are going the passport bro route.
Okay.
Because these American women, they're not giving it up as easy. So these women are willing to do what American women aren't willing to do.
Well, I'm more so talking about the ones who are here. I mean, because everybody can't be a passport bro. I mean, salute to those who can go abroad and they can, get something to their liking, whatever that may be. But more so here in America, there's a certain type of female who is intent on scamming, robbing, setting people up and things like that. But go ahead. I don't want to speak for you. Go ahead.
I feel like hip hop has blurred those lines though on society. I feel like the Hispanic women are listening to the black rapper girls and they're emulating them. So I feel like they're, especially in the Hispanic community, so they have almost the same mindset as the black girls. So it doesn't have to do necessarily with racial lines. It's more of a philosophy, of an ideology.
Okay.
I feel like they all act the same. It doesn't differentiate with race.
A cultural issue. Yes.
Yeah, cultural issue, but mostly it's just hip hop with the deterioration of lower income people, man. It affects everyone equally.
Hmm.
It's not just affecting black people, it's affecting Hispanic people too. That's why the Hispanic men here voted in droves for Trump,
Right.
because we're seeing that our women are acting the same way, and we're like, nah, we're not up for that. And that's why we're done with the that's why we're
Whoa.
done with that's why we're done
I'm
with
so glad you went in that direction. Keep talking. Keep talking.
That's what I was trying to iterate. That's what I was trying to iterate. That we're done with the Democratic Party because they're a bunch of degenerates, and we're like, nah, we're done with this. We're going the conservative route, and we're trying to be the man of the household. We're not trying to make our women all feminist. It's a woke mind virus. That's what it is.
Okay, so now, can I ask how old are you? You don't have to say your name, but how old are you?
I'm 29.
29. So, with all due respect, you're the females in your family, whether you have sisters, nieces, aunties, they're becoming a little too, black by way of hip hop. Yeah.
Not black, but I would just say like promiscuous, ratchet.
Well,
they're speaking out of turn.
You said hip hop, and hip hop is the dominant culture, so they're going down that black line. Are they dating black men?
Yeah, well, not only that, they're just not trying to listen to the men anymore. They're real feminists, and they just speak out of turn, and that's what's making the young Hispanic and black men headed towards Trump, the Trump route. We're just like we're not trying to have our women speak out of turn, bro. We're not up for that.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you listen to what he said? Did you listen? He blamed hip hop. I appreciate his call, but hip hop is just the vehicle, rap music. Art imitates life. Even if we didn't have rap music right now, people would be killing, robbing, stealing. Females would be selling pussy, putting Mickeys in people's drinks, knocking them out, taking their watches, right? Thank you for your donation. TJLP. It's over for American women. Stamp that passport. Too much info out here to be wasting your time on high mileage, argumentative pie, okay? I would like anyone to call in if you would care to with regards to the FEMA worker fired. I have her information, okay? She was a supervisor. Marnie Washington, if you don't know the story, this is a huge story. And salute to Roland Martin on his, Roland Martin Unfiltered. He did an hours-long interview with this woman. And I don't believe her. I think she's a contentious mammy. I think, when you put the spotlight on mammy, she's an actress. She's one of the best, right? Cool, calm, collected. She's from California. She went down there in Lake Placid, Florida. And how do you guys say? She fucked around and found out. Excuse me for cursing. She went down there, fucked around and found out. Fucking them white folks in Florida, huh? Let me bring in area code. No, this person. I brought them in and they didn't pick up. 917, good evening. Are you there? 917.
Hey. Good evening, Star. Good evening, Star. What's going on, bro?
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on, sir?
How are you, man? What's cracking? We're shaking. We're talking about these ratchet 304's, old-ass thoughts and big back energy. Are you boycotting anybody?
I'm boycotting all of them. The young thoughts, the old thoughts, the linebackers, all of them, Star. They all getting thrown under the bus. They have to go. You can't waste your time with them no more. This is how it goes. I'm a man of a certain age, Star. Okay. All right? So right off the rip, I give my terms and conditions. I pull out my itinerary, and I say, this is what I'm looking for. What are you bringing me that's of value? Because I don't need you. I need your value. If you have no value, you have no purpose for me. And a lot of men settle for these ratchet chicks because they just come with their behind, they come with their looks, and they try to coddle you in with the bull crap talk, and then you realize everything is superficial. They on the media, social media. They want to do the duck faces. They want to do the ass shots. And it's like, yo, man, you know what? You have no quality. And that's the problem, because when you travel, you go to other places, you find women that still are feminine. And the problem with American women, they lost their femininity, and they think that you still supposed to give everything. We put our lives on the line from day one, just by taking them on a date, because they expect us to defend them.
Right.
So what are they giving us? We putting out too much energy for these women that do nothing to deserve it. So if you have no value, you have no meaning in my life, period.
You said you're a man of a certain age. Are you a father?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Anything? Do you have a son?
Yes, I have 2 sons.
Okay. Anything in particular that you can share with us that you've educated your sons, about women? Not that you have to be, rough, rugged, and raw, but anything that you've spoken to them about, son, don't bring home this type of girl, son, or, be careful with that type of girl.
Absolutely. I could give you several incidents. One main thing that you should look for in a woman, if she dyes her hair blonde, she's crazy as hell. That's number one. All the ones that dye their hair, they're going to give you problems. That's number one. Number 2, don't ever let yourself be in a vulnerable position living with a chick, because when she tells you to get out and you don't have your own, she don't care how you manage or how you have to survive. These women love to have the upper hand on you right off the rip. So always have your own, and always let them know that, hey, I can bounce at any minute. It ain't going to faze me like that. Yeah. And 3, always make them earn you your love and your respect. Always keep a side bitch just in case. Because when you have a side one, you put her to work to let her know you're changeable. You're changeable. Easy. Okay. Easy work.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm not asking you to be mean-spirited towards females. That's not what this is about. But there has to be a point sometimes when you talk, and I don't have biological kids, but I do have young people who I have raised over the decades. They reach out to me certain holidays. They reach out to say hi, and I appreciate that. They look to me for advice. My mother told me, I think I was 10 years old, save a girl's number, but don't save her life. I'm sure some of you from my generation, you've heard that as well. Save a girl's number, but don't save her life. What else did my mom used to tell me? If a boy hits you, hit him back. If a girl hits you, hit her back twice as hard and try and break her fucking nose. I'm dead ass. Hit her back twice as hard and try and break her fuck. That was back in the 70s. Who's tapping in from area code 778? Good evening. Are you there? Tuesday night.
Shalom, Star. Shalom. How's it going?
Shalom, Yosef. What's going on from
Israel? That's good afternoon.
Well, you're from Canada. You haven't been to Israel yet. You're from Canada.
Yeah. But listen, man, we don't got to talk about that. I really want to stay on this subject because I've been listening.
What's going on?
And just hearing everybody's reaction, hearing how everybody's getting worked up over this subject. It's clear that this is a problem. The modern man is fed up. Period. Simply put, the modern man is fed up with dating. He's fed up with trying to be the provider and not being rewarded for it. And that's not in a material sense. That's just in the sense of having someone to accompany him through that role.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Another issue is dating for the young man, and I guess for anybody really, but it's become disposable, right? Because now with social media and dating apps and all these kind of things, a girl can meet a guy and he could have, have a good job, have a nice apartment, but she'll just nitpick one little detail, and she can just go back on her phone and find the next Prince Charming and replace him, because this is the world we live in now. People are disposable. People have been basically fed a false narrative of what, you know, relationships are, and you know what companionship comes from. It's pretty nasty out there, and we're seeing now that the modern man has just put his foot down. They said, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this. I'm going to stand alone, as the man has since the beginning of time, and that's really it, man. The man is fed up. I mean,
let me jump in here. And you're in your late 20s, I forget, Yosef.
Yes, I'm 27.
Okay. Listen, I don't have all the answers, but I live a great life, you know. I have, for most of my life, dated women who approach me first. You know, from time to time, I will shoot my shot, but I learned back in the early 80s that, you know, girls do the deciding. Girls ultimately decide whether they're going to let you smash. They ultimately decide whether you're going to be their boyfriend. They ultimately decide if they're going to respect you. So, I mean, pursuing them, you know, I get it. And traditionally, that's, you know, how relationships have developed and blossomed, if you will. But I'm a patient man. I'm a very, very patient man. In today's world, you guys have this goddamn mobile device thing where you can just, you know, really just get at them fast, and they can either reject you or they can get with you. But you, at 27 years of age, would you say that you're looking for a relationship, or are you more so just celebrating the flesh?
No, I would say I'm definitely looking for a relationship. I'm definitely looking for the right woman. I'm not chasing a woman. I'm waiting for the right woman to come into my life. Yeah. And I know that will only be possible until I have built what I believe is the perfect life. And I'd like to think at 27, having my own apartment, having a good career, a good career in the trades, a union job, you know, I've proven to myself that I can provide, you know, at least, you know, some shelter and some food on the table, that as I continue on this path, the right woman will come into me. I don't need to go to the club or, you know, go fishing around at wherever to meet women, because when you know you got it, you know you got it. You know what I'm getting at? And that's kind of when you were saying earlier, you would let women approach you, and it's true. When a woman wants what she wants, she's made up her mind, and that's why if you've ever been with a woman and you take her home and her underwear matches the top to the bottom, she definitely had her mind made up before she came to meet you.
Is your father in your life? Do you have a father?
Yes, 100%. My father's a great man. I see him daily.
Okay. Well, listen, to each his own. How you maneuver with females is up to you. I personally think that you should wait until you're 40 to find the quote unquote right one. You should enjoy your life. You certainly should not be looking to settle down in your 20s, unless, you know, it's a Jewish thing, and then you want to get married. That's a whole nother can of worms. But you should wait until you're about 40.
I know. And
hang on. And then when you're 40, you know, your girlfriend, the so-called right one, she should be in her late 20s. What are you looking to? Yeah.
Now we're talking.
What are you looking to get?
What I'm talking about.
What are you looking to get nailed down for? You're not even 30 years of age yet. What are you, crazy? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just saying, I've built my path and I'm on autopilot. I flip the cruise control switch on and I'm just cruising, man. And I feel like that's how the man should operate. You know, there's too much nonsense out here, man. I mean, and even then, like, you look at the modern woman nowadays, it's just atrocious. Like, the women can't cook. They can't. I'm just going to leave it there. These women can't cook. My mother's Italian. She cooked every meal. I don't think I could ever be with a woman that couldn't cook. You know what I mean?
Well, now, if you're Italian, your mother should have taught you how to cook by the time you were 10 years old, yeah?
Excuse me?
If your mother's Italian and your father's Jewish, right? Your Italian mother should have taught you how to cook by the time you were 10. She showed you how to wash your clothes, how to separate the colors from the whites, right?
Of course. I'm cooking my dinner right now as we're talking on the phone.
Yeah. So,
firing up some
look,
chicken,
man,
you know?
enjoy your life, but in my opinion, and you check with your dad, man, you shouldn't be looking to settle down until you're 40. 40.
Yeah, no, exactly. I've got a lot of my plate right now. I'm not losing sleep over nothing, man.
And when you meet girls, hang on a second. One last thing I'm just going to say. You can take this with a grain of salt. When you meet girls at your age, at least up until the time you're 35, you know what you tell them? Listen.
What?
Listen, I want to hang out with you, but I got to warn you, I'm a whore and I can't be faithful. Tell them that. See how they respond.
Yeah, I'm going to do it, and the next time I call in, I'll give you an update, okay?
Yeah. Tell her, listen, I'm a whore, and I can't be faithful. Do you still want to hang out with me? See what they say, all right?
All right. I'm going to write that one down. I'm going to give you an update in 2 weeks' time, okay?
Take care, Joseph. Salute.
Well, one thing, though, Star, I just wanted to land my plane on this. A goyim will never be my brother.
There you go. Exactly. All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Joseph tapping in. Thank you for your donation. Same crook, new look. Acquiring of said side bitch is in line. Okay, I missed that. Hold on a second. It jumped up. I missed your donation, man. My apologies. I should have took a screenshot. Thank you for your donation, but I was moving too slow. All right. Guys, can I ask you to hit the like button and share this particular stream? This is not a trending topic. This is just me, wanting to have a discussion, kind of like in a response to the show that we did yesterday, which was reposted, by the way. It's in the video section. I had to edit out some stuff, and it was just, in one area it just dragged on and on and on. But overall, it was a good conversation with regards to the B4 movement of, women who are, trying to boycott men here in America by way of the Trump reelection, right? Hey, Shanita, I got your donation. Okay. Oh, she says, I'm offended by this topic tonight, but I'm thoroughly entertained. Let me go to area code 609. Good evening. We're talking about a few topics. Are you there? 609. Hey.
Star, what's going on? Big Keys calling out of Jersey by way of PA.
Good to hear from you. It's cracking, man.
Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, yeah, let's start this boycott movement, man. I'm boycotting baby mammies too at that. These chicks out here 3 or 4 kids talking about what they looking for and, what they don't want to deal with and all like that. Like, fine, look, deal with your baby dads first before you come holler at me. All right, get your life in order before you go looking for love or go looking for somebody to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole dating scene now, like my man earlier, it's hectic out here. It regardless of what age you're at, like it seems like the younger crowd got it harder. Men of a certain age, like like men of a certain age, like I'm 43. So I did all that partying and everything, been through my college years. Like you said, I was a whore. I was a whore in college. my first couple of years, I was a straight whore.
Now, hang on a second. Have you told girls that? They respect it when you tell them.
Yeah, I told them I would talk to a woman, and then my first question would be like, okay, out the gate, how many kids do you have? And then as soon as they say two is okay. But when they get into the 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, I gotta go. Because I have a son. He's 22. Okay. And, you know what I'm saying? And respectfully, not I'm gonna put my business out there. Ever since I got my vasectomy, yes, I'm boycotting.
Okay.
I'm boycotting now. You know what I'm saying? Like these chicks, they got to set an appointment to get this pole. You feel me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm boycotting myself. Like I'm doing background checks, everything. It's like this is an interview process. I'm doing your background check as we're talking, getting to know each other. If we don't get past that, then hey, so be it. Good. Go ahead with your life. I'm enjoying my peace. Go ahead with your life.
Can I ask you? So now you've got a son, and your son's how old?
22.
Can you share with us, anything that you tell him with regards to certain types of females, what he should look for, or, be careful, or, focus on certain types of girls. Can you share anything with us about,
All right, so the age my son is at now, this generation, like, you can't tell him nothing. When he was younger coming up, I used to tell him, like, yo, be focused on your school, get your money first. Worry about the females later. Get your money and your career first. Worry about the females later. Of course, he's doing the opposite. And I said, if you didn't learn anything from what I said, learn from what me and your mother went through, going back and forth to court and everything. And look at that. Look at that and see if you want to deal with that later on in life with a baby mammy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You feel me? So it's like now he's 22. Like, I check on him every now and then. He in that in and out of love phase. And now he's exploring his he's exploring his soil. How we used to say back in the day, he's soiling his oats.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So he's going through that phase right now. So.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Any comments? You have to speed on the FEMA worker fired. A mammy from California went down there playing around with them white folk and got turned out. She lost not only her FEMA job but her regular job back in California. They fired her too. A double whammy. You have to speed.
That's how it is. Like once your business get put out there for whatever wrongdoing you do, it's all coming back to you. You're going to get fired. You're going to get a lot of backlash. It is what it is. Like, you got to be prepared for that. So she brung that on herself. Good riddance. Find another job, but don't find it in FEMA.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
All right, no doubt.
Thank you. I don't have any biological sons, but over the years, I've helped raise some really nice young men. A couple of them developed. 2 of them wound up in the penitentiary, but it had nothing to do with me. And I've pretty much always said to young men, entering manhood, that if I was there with their mothers, don't sling free dick. That's a very old saying. Anybody in that live chat, has your father or grandfather told you that? Don't sling no free dick, son. That's some old shit. Don't sling no free dick. Runaway slave, I got your donation. How do you deport a family without separating them? You deport them together. Good times ahead. That's a whole fact. Yeah, we're not going to separate you. All of you pack your shit. Yeah, don't sling no free dick. And let me say this, to be clear, I kind of like dating women with children. Hopefully your children are grown, Hopefully they're in their early 20s. See, when they're in their early 20s, they're either in school or out of the house. If they're in the house, then they're helping you, contribute to the household. So you're not looking at me like a goddamn meal ticket. Yeah. Anybody date women with children? I love women with children. Hopefully you got some grandkids. Let me see what you're working with. See if any of the kids got Down syndrome. What else is that other stuff the kids have? Some type of schizophrenia? Yeah, I want to see what you're producing. Sunnyside says Star is old as fuck. Yeah. And I'm happy. How about you? Do you live a happy life? Do you have assets? Do you have a squirrel? A squirrel set up in your backyard? Do you smoke expensive cigars? Oh, I'm old as fuck, huh? I got a collection of classic muscle cars. Hey, guys, at the top of the live chat, hopefully the PayPal information is there and the Streamlabs. I know not everyone has Cash App, but I do have options if you want to support the show. From time to time, people do email me, so I try to remember. Here's the Zelle information in the showrunner right now. And with Zelle, if you want to take on a 30-day promo package, we're doing 50% off. If you pay for your promo package by using Zelle, okay? And we send out analytics so you can see the back end and see what this particular platform can do for you with regards to your products and or services, okay? Let me bring in area code 614. Late night. This is not a trending topic. Are you there? 614. Checking in. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
How are you, man? Good evening, sir. Are you there? Or ma'am?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And my thought about everything is you get out of a son what you want out of a woman, what you put in yourself.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer in when I met my girlfriend 10 years ago, she had a son that was 4 years old. Okay. I said, I'm gonna make you a millionaire by the age of 21. And I told my girlfriend, I said, I'm gonna make you a millionaire because first of all, you ain't gonna have no video games. I'm gonna teach the old school way, the way I was taught. Your mom ain't gonna never touch a trash can. Your mom ain't gonna never cut no grass. So a lot of these kids these days, they messed up because of the parents. You get out of life, the Bible said, you perish for the lack of knowledge. I never took my car to a car shop and had an oil change. So my thing is, if you want a woman, I told the little boy when I met my girl, I said, I'm gonna write down 10 things I want out of a woman. And I brung her to her. She said, you want me to read them? I said, the 10 things I want out of you got to be the 10 things I want out of myself.
Okay.
So everybody looking for a woman, I want this out of a woman. It's you that yourself before you want that out of her. So my thing is you get out of life what you put in. Everybody, I want a beautiful woman. I want a woman that's this. I want a woman that's, I meet women and they say, I want a man that's this. I want a man that got a BMW. I want a man that got a house. You want a man that got that, but is you that? Mm-hmm. But because I believe you should.
I have no problem with anything that you're saying. However, we're talking about boycotting certain types of women. So you got yourself a good one. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. And it sounds like you raised a boy to a man. I commend you. Mm-hmm. Did you go through, certain types of women to get to the queen that you obviously have now? Did you have to sift through the ruins? Did you have to have any types of battles? How did you reach the point that you're at now with your queen?
Because I set standards to myself. And not saying I'm the best person by far, not like that, but I set standards to myself to where it ain't that I'm the best or not like that, but I'm not going to expect nothing less. Right. To where that's what a lot of women accept a man less. Like prime example, last year with my girl, she said, what you want for Christmas? I said, baby, buy me some tools. I need some more tools. She said, I want to buy some for you. Buy me some. I'm a 40-year-old man. I don't play video games. You have to. So if you want a man that is something, you got to want from yourself, something from yourself. So I just believe in you get out of life what you put in.
Okay. Can I ask what your what your field is in terms of income? Sounds like you said.
I work on. I'm an automotive engineer. I work on cars, whatever. I got a lot of old school cars. I work on cars, travel around the country and work on cars. Okay. Yeah. So I'm real successful. I just believe I'm just the type of person to where I just believe, I believe you get out of life. I believe life ain't easy, but life ain't hard as a lot of people make it. I'm a military veteran. I done served in Iraq, Afghanistan, all that stuff, but I just believe in.
Thank you for your service.
Put in.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, yeah. But I just believe that if you have nothing, it's because you done nothing. Because if you don't pass nothing down, you can't look at get nothing in return.
Right.
So a lot of women, I tell a lot of women, I was telling a girl yesterday, she said, I want a good man. I said, you don't deserve a good man. She said, why? I said, you ain't a good woman.
Makes sense.
So how should you get something good when you ain't? I just believe in don't expect something that you're not. That's all I believe.
Makes sense to me. I appreciate the call.
Okay, have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Sounds like he got it together. What do you think, troll babies? Sounds like he got it together. Tonight's topic, men boycotting Dusty 304's old thoughts and big back energy. Hold on a second. Salute to who just sent in a donation. Here, let me take the time. I don't have my contacts in. Chef Troy, I got your donation. So are you calling it? If not, salute to you. Chef Troy, thank you so much for your support. Blade. He says, stars Mossad friend. is starting to call in on a regular now. You mean Yosef? Well, you know, Yosef sounds like he's part Jewish. He said his mother's Italian, you know. Next time he calls in, we'll get to the bottom of that, you know. As I'm sure you know, Blade, you have to come from a Jew mother to be a real Jew, right, Blade? And Blade, I got you sent me a couple of emails. Oh my God, guys, is Blade in the live chat? Blade keeps his foot on the necks of the small hats. Hey, did I read this donation here? Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Yeah, I did. Runaway Slave. Thank you so much for your support. Area code 732. Are you there? We're talking about a few topics on a Tuesday evening, 732.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Star? Just have to say, huge fan. A real honor to be speaking to you right now.
Okay. Thank you for tapping. Do you want to join the conversation? Men boycotting Dusty,
yeah,
304's, old thoughts, etc., etc.
Yes, I definitely want to touch on this. You know, you're talking about, I've heard a lot of men on here talking about, you know, relationships with their sons. My son, I have 3 kids,
okay.
16, 14, and 10. Me and the mom broke up and went through whatever BS. It was a real tragedy for me. Okay. But through that, I actually acquired custody of the kids. Nice. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So through all that BS, even though I acquired custody of them, who their mother was an Italian woman who I guess felt like this shouldn't be happening to her, tried to make my life a living hell. She even tried to turn the kids against me. But the thing that's happening now is my son, who's 16, first off, amazing. I don't have any complaints. You know what I'm saying? The only complaint I have is just he's a boy, so he does dumb shit. But
I need you to watch the language, though, sir. Please watch the language. Okay.
I'm sorry. I excuse myself. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So I've been teaching him about what to look for and what to watch out for with females. Also with him learning through things he's learned who his mother is now. You feel what I'm saying? So it's changed his whole perspective of everything. And I think that's the most important thing that you can do, especially teaching these young men what to look for and what to expect in a woman. Also, at the same token, my daughters, I've had to face the hard reality of I have to teach them how to be wives. And I feel like us as men, maybe a lot of men don't do that, but the reality of seeing how a lot of these women are, if you're a father in your daughter's life, you have to show them that. I mean, because for them, I want them to live a good, easy life. And my daughters are drop dead gorgeous, so they have that ability, but they also have to know how to be a woman for a man. And I feel like at times we don't teach our daughters that with the knowledge that we have as men. Am I making it?
If I can jump in and listen, you're a father, so you know you would know better than I. I have been told that I'm a father, but I've just never went and got the test and that sort of jazz, and no one has sued me for child support. But with regards to raising females, and I have had my fair share, I see it a little different. I think that when those girls hit 13 years of age, maybe even 12, it's a crapshoot. And they're going to do what they want to do. They're either going to listen to you or they're not. And there is going to be a period where for like 3 years when they're going to stop being your quote unquote friend. The little baby that you nurtured and you helped change her diapers or whatever, and you played with her, you took her places, you spoiled her. When she hits 12, maybe even 11, that's when she just snaps and she becomes like Linda Blair in the goddamn Exorcist. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Go ahead.
I honestly, you're not wrong, because to really be honest with you, all I do is have problems with these girls. See, they were raised, their mother, and I hate to talk bad about her because now we're actually good. It took a lot for us to actually be good. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't pay child support. I have 50-50 custody of my kids. We have nobody's above anyone. You feel what I'm saying? She can't make decisions without me. And through that, what I mean is that she's a master manipulator. I always say it like this: when it comes to especially court and like when you're dealing with this type of stuff, men are emotional manipulation. We're on the level of like playing jacks. Women, they're master chess players. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, listen, I don't mean to cut you short, but my focus tonight is men boycotting certain types of females. I can appreciate. No, it's fine. I can appreciate everything you've said about raising children, and it sounds like you've got a good grip on things. Do you say you have one son and how many girls, or all three girls?
I have two daughters. And I have one son. My son is the oldest. But
how old is your son?
What you're talking about?
How old is your son?
My son is 16. He's 16.
Do you give him any advice about dating girls or what not to bring home?
My son is to the point where now, after everything that I've taught him, he doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do anything like that.
He's too young.
And what you're talking about?
Too young.
Well, because he's seeing the problems that like men have to go through, and what it is with boycotting these women, I'm right there with you because now I'm done. I've had a female that honestly was everything to me. You feel what I'm saying? But she's on a boost that BS. You know what I'm saying? And so now I've gotten to the point where I'm gonna have to go young.
Easy. Well, listen, sir. I appreciate the call. I have to take other calls, but thank you for tapping in. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Once he started talking about going young, it's time to shift gears. Anybody raising daughters in that live chat? My experience doesn't have to be your experience, but boy, on 3 occasions, I have helped raise daughters with beautiful women. And if you've been listening to me for a while, then you should notice I don't talk bad about the women that I've dated in my lifetime. I mean, if I had to defend myself in an altercation, that's one thing, but I don't just kick dirt in somebody's direction. I like women. Again, I like the I like the verbal jousting. I like smart women. I love women that can spell. If you ask a girl how to spell something and she boom hits you right back with the correct spelling, that turns me on. I'm coming to the phone line. Sit tight, guys. Something else I wanted to mention. With regards to boycotting some of these different types of women, 304's, old thots, big back energy, let me also make it clear. If you're about that Skrilla and you're on a paper chase, then we have a common interest. I have always gravitated towards women who are go-getters. Oh, you can have a slick mouth as long as you're respectful to me. But women who are go-getters, I don't like puppy dogs. I like women who get up, get out, and go get it. That's just me personally. Some guys, I think they're looking for the wrong types of women. I think they are not confident within themselves, and they're not necessarily men. And they're looking for someone to just do what they say. Nah, I want you to get up and go get it. I'll hold you down. Hey, Marcy's Minute, I got your donation. I think that's all I wanted to say for right now. And here's one of the most important things, if I haven't stressed this. You younger guys, you have to be careful with women who try to become friends with your mother. Fortunately, my mother has always said to me, I don't want to be friends with your girlfriends. My mother's one of those older women who doesn't even like most women trying to, ask about her. Like anybody in live chat know what I'm talking about? Like if you date someone or if you meet a female and she keeps saying, how's your mother? And then it becomes a thing where she keeps doing it. At some point I say, listen, my mother doesn't care about you. Can you just slow it down? See, that's how they try and get in. How's your mother? Tell your mother I said hi. My mother doesn't want to hear from you. She don't know you. Now, I don't want to take the route where I say to them what my mother says about females. But my mother don't give a fuck about no female that I have ever dated or I will date. She never asked me, hey, how's that girl you used to date? She ain't that type. Let me go to area code 225. Good evening. This is a topic. Goodbye. Too much noise in the background. Please don't kill the vibe. Please don't. I hung up on you yesterday for a reason. Yes? 646?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, Star, good to connect with you. And, here's the thing. It's a little bit of delay, but...
No. Well, the question I'm asking is, why do you keep calling back? I hung up on you for a reason. Why do you keep calling back?
I get it. Star,
Thank you. Good
Truth
night.
is-
Thank you. Good night. Okay. Listen, I ain't mad at you. Everybody hold on. I got time. I got time. I got time. I got time.
I would block me.
Okay. You tried to kill the vibe. Yes, right? Okay, I got you. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. I got time for this. Okay. You've been on hold for a while. Are you joining the conversation? 917.
It'll never work, man.
Let's go.
It'll never work.
Come on.
The boycott will never work. Let me tell you why. Who started the boycott, right? Let's say the boycott gets folded up and we get that text, where you at, what you doing? Don't get me. How many people leaving that boycott, right? Who's going to be left at the boycott? I think it's a agenda. I think it's some gay dudes that's just trying to get a bunch of dudes to gather and boycott females because everybody has somebody for them. So big back or whatever you want to call it, somebody's attracted to it. They turn down numbers.
Yeah, there's somebody for everybody. That's how the old saying goes. Yes. But hang on a second, sir. Try to stay on topic. We're talking about men who need to boycott certain types of females for mental health purposes. Can you at least speak to that? I've heard what you said, but for mental health purposes.
So certain types. So you're gonna say you like this type, so you're just gonna go boycott a darker skinned female. Since we're gonna say certain types, why you?
I actually like dark skinned women, sir. Where are you going?
Okay, so let's say white. Okay, let's say lighter skinned females. Why are you boycotting a certain type if you're attracted to it? Just don't worry about the type that you don't like. I can't see anything past going to put the sign up saying, "Oh, what we rah-rahing about, man." I'm confused about the boycott. Yeah. I want to put my sign up, but I'm confused on what I'm doing now. Right. If I don't like this female,
well, if you're confused, just sit tight, listen. I appreciate you calling. Okay, I don't have to hang up on you, but just pay attention to where we're going. All right.
Yeah. Man,
thank you, sir. I don't like to just hang up on people. I want you to call in, but if I don't know where you're going, if you're not paying attention, sound like you're sipping on that Steel Reserve. But I'm not hating. Houston, are you calling in? I thought you were live. Where is Houston? Hold on, that's my guy, Houston. And let me change my showrunner for a second. HudsonTubs.com is one of my sponsors. Ask for Maurice, and in my community section, all right, Houston, check your email. I appreciate your support. Guys, also in my community section, hold on, let me just make sure I posted that right. Cesar Pena's wife. Doesn't she go by the name Jenny Tips? Oh, they are hitting the thumbs up. They are leaving comments. Jenny Tips, Cesar Pena's wife. Let me ask some of you who listen to The Breakfast Club, because I don't, respectfully. Do you think that if they squeeze Caesar's wife, then Caesar will try to tell on envy? What do you think of that? If they squeeze Caesar's wife, will they then try to cut Caesar a deal to then tell on envy? Area code 716. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? Tuesday night. It's now Wednesday morning. 716. 716. Thank you for your patience. Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah,
716. Good evening. Are you there?
Yeah. I hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, what's going on?
Got to turn that down in the background, sir. Got to turn it down. I've spoken to you before. I know who I'm talking to. What's cracking with you, homie?
Yeah. So what's the question again about Okay. How's that? That's better.
Give me a second. You and I go through this all the time, yes? I tell you it's on the screen, and then you say you can't read, right? Fuck nut. It's on the screen, fuck boy.
What are you talking about? You never talked to me before, dude.
You sure? You sound like a weirdo. You sound like a weirdo who calls in and says he can't read. Okay, what we're talking about is on the screen. It's on the screen. It's right there, sir. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, I hear you, but this is my first time calling in.
Okay.
I never called this number before.
Okay. Can you see the topic? Can you see the topic,
304's. Yeah, 304's. Dusty 304's. Old thoughts and big back energy. I hear you. You know what I mean? But you see, you got Dusty 304's, old thoughts, and big back. A lot of the old thoughts, let's get with them. See, the old thoughts, they just want some company. You know what I'm saying? They might want a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They want some rejuvenation. Right. You know what I mean? They want to feel like they're alive. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm dating an older broad. She Ukrainian. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Is she paying you? Is she paying you?
Man, she treats me real nice. She's a real nice lady. Attractive. She got green eyes. She work out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You sound like a man of a certain age, respectfully. Can we ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
Oh, me? I'm ancient, man. I'm older than you.
Okay. Well, welcome to the club. It's a beautiful thing. We made it, right? A lot of cats from our generation didn't make it, or they wound up in a 4x4 cell. So I have to ask, is she paying you? That's how we roll, man. Come on, our generation.
When you think about the terms of being paid, it's just about what's meaningful to you. Do you need money? You know what I'm saying? Pay time is payment. Yeah. My time is expensive. You know what I'm saying? My time is expensive.
Now we're talking. Are you benefiting? If she's not giving you cash, are you benefiting?
No, she don't even live in my country. She be coming to see me from Canada.
Okay. Let's
go.
You know
what I mean? And
let's go.
It's smooth. And when she come visit me, you know what I'm saying? They money ain't worth shit here. You know what I mean?
You got to watch the language, sir. You have to watch the language.
Yeah. Okay.
I dig it, no doubt. But what I'm saying is her money is like, why would I have you spend your money? So if you got $1, you automatically losing 40 cents. You know what I mean? That don't make sense, you know? And when I go visit her in the TO, you know, she showed me the same hospitality.
Nice.
She's very hospitable.
Nice.
You know
nice,
what I'm saying?
Nice.
And I can still spend my end because I know my end way worth more than what they got. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this. It's a respect level. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with the dusty 304s, you got to worry about what dusty shit going to be on your.
Okay, he can't stop cursing. So let me just put him on hold for a second. Sir, you can't stop. No, you can't stop cursing. Someone will put you in timeout. All right, I'll be right back in a second. No. David sent in a donation. Men should interact with women to learn female psychology. It's good to have an experience. Then you know what traits to avoid. I have no problem with what you said, David. David, you said you have female friends. I only have maybe 3 female friends. The other females are associates. I'm very cautious about, having females as friends. Okay, sir, can you finish up minus the profanity? Is that possible?
Yes, sir. That's very. Yeah, I can finish up minus the profanity.
Go ahead.
I just looked at it like this from this perspective. First and foremost, it's just about what kind of lifestyle you into. You know what I mean? When it comes to like what kind of broad are you gonna pick up? What kind of woman you want to be with? You know what I mean? That depends on what kind of character you portray yourself. As far as like when it comes to just. It's just if you out there, you want to be out there like that. But all the boycotting, you can't see no man go be talking about boycotting. I don't, man. I can't.
Well, if I can say this, and I'll let you have the last word. You sound like a man. You've already said you're a little older than me. I'm 60. So,
I know.
Yeah.
You got me by a good 20 years. Okay. But it's just about mental. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're 40. You said you were older than me. You're 40.
Well, age is nothing but a number.
Right,
age is irrelevant. It's about
you sound like you're 73, respectfully. But now, hang on a second. To get to the point where you are, and I believe if you say life is good, hey, who am I to say it's not? You had to avoid certain types of women, right? You didn't just figure this all out by yourself. You went through some trials and tribulations to find the sanctuary where you are now. Can you tell us about those experiences and what you went through?
I got 7 daughters and 1 boy, and I got 5 grandkids.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I got Korean.
At 40? At 40, you have 7 daughters, 7 kids, pardon me. And how many grandkids at 40?
I have 5.
5, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, life is good. Well, yeah, you go through different things. And you still here?
I'm right here, so you have the floor. I'm right here.
Okay. Oh yeah, so there's different challenges that you go through. All my baby moms, they all not the same. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go through different type of experiences to be with them at different stages of my life. Right. You know what I mean? But then that's the thing that where you grow. And if you love yourself, you don't want better for yourself, And you're not gonna stick around with things that's not like, what I mean? And then psychology is everything. You know what I mean? I'm a psychology major. You know what I mean? That's what my major was. You know what I mean? That's what I like the mind. When you're dealing with the mind, you have a better your interactions with people and your life experiences is a lot different.
Okay.
But
hey, if you're a happy man, who am I to say I appreciate the call. But next time you call back, please take it easy on the profanity. That's all I ask. All right.
Oh yeah, no question.
Thank you, man. Salute. Thank you. Okay. Area code 864. Good evening. It's now Wednesday morning. Are you there? 864.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Good evening. How are you? Oh, good morning.
Hey, peace. What's up, man?
Peace, man. How are you, sir?
Hey, yeah, I just read the title, "Men on Boycotting the Dusty 304's," right?
Yeah.
To me,
Now, hang on a second in case you're not up to speed. This is a response to yesterday's show where women do have this movement that they're, boycotting men. It's called 4B. It originated in South Korea, picking up traction here in America. It's a real thing. So this is a response if you didn't know, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know for sure, but I kind of been avoiding that type for the last 10 years. Whoever just now doing it, kind of behind. Man, these girls been tripping for 10, 12 years now. I really figured it out. You know how, what's going to be a hit song in the strip club? Once the strip club started flipping, I knew it was over with.
Okay.
So, yeah. But that's about all I had to say, though.
Well, hang on a second. Are you a father? Your father?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Do you tell your sons what to avoid, or are they at the age where they're dating or something like that?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you the strangest thing, man. I grew up cutting. I got two sons.
Okay.
I got three, but two of them I grew up cutting their hair.
Okay.
One of them, 19, I've been cutting his hair his whole life. We played the minister, Dr. Khalid, Art Malcolm, while I'm cutting his hair.
Okay.
His whole life. Last year, for the prom, he graduated. He took a white girl to the prom. So I don't even know what to think no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say no more, bro. I'm quiet now.
Wait a minute. Wait now. you mentioned Dr. Khalid Muhammad, peace be upon him, right?
Yes, sir.
And the minister.
Yes, sir.
So
right.
you and your son, you bonded with the whole cutting the hair. That's a bond. I respect that. And
right.
You were raised where, sir?
I was raised in South Carolina, but I grew up in the nation. Once I went to college,
Okay. Salute.
Yeah,
listen,
running around the nation.
I got respect for you. But now, where did you raise your son?
Yeah, here in South Carolina.
Okay, so he was raised in different times. You love him. You love him. You're glad he stayed away from drugs, I'm sure, and gangs. Okay,
right.
So
he all that.
Yeah,
he get money. He worked, hustle. Yeah,
right. But now you always want your children to do better and be better than you. So you raised him in an environment which was a little more upscale than yours. Yes.
Well, I came from a pretty good environment, but it's at least equal. My dad was really that.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a good life, though.
So with all due respect, he found himself with a little pink toe, as we used to call them back in the days, a pink toe, and you're broken.
Right.
You're broken hearted. What?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel because of him. I know who he is. So I'm just thinking he's just gonna have to live and learn and see. All I tell him is just remember all them lies. Don't trust none of them. So I don't take it that serious. I was just surprised, shocked, trying to figure out how it happened. But
Well, listen. All I'm saying is, if you raised him the right way, just accept what he brings home. I mean, listen. My father was from Durham, North Carolina. My father didn't really fuck with white folks like that, man. He wouldn't let my white friends come in the house, and
right.
He's old school country nigga. And when I asked him, because I was a little confused, I said, well, you married mama. He said, boy, I stole your mama from the white man, and I dare him to come get her. So,
right.
What I'm trying to say is, just if you raised him right, then just love him, and I think he'll come around, or maybe you'll come around. All right.
Yeah, and maybe it's okay either way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So
I appreciate the call, man.
I guess we'll see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Man. Hey, I got one question. Damn.
I'm right here, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, you still here?
I'm right here.
Okay, look, I never heard anybody anywhere mention anything about Prince Hakeem. Do anyone know anything about Prince Hakeem? What happened with him?
The boxer or someone else? Who you talking about?
He had the song "Time to Come Correct" back in the 90s.
Oh, from Newark, New Jersey, you mean?
Right.
I'm not sure. I mean,
he was the youth minister.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but if you can Google him, something might pop up. I remember him from back in the days. Yes, I forget what label he was
I
on.
had heard some rumors, but
yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't want to spread rumors, man. But I appreciate the call. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute.
That's a good call, huh? What do you guys think? I've had a few friends from my generation, hood guys. I mean, hardcore projects. And when they, got money, they migrated out to the suburbs, and their children were being raised different. Anybody gone through this? Their children were raised in a different environment. I don't want to say better because, in the 70s and the 80s, I knew a lot of people in the projects who had a very high standard of morals, ethics, and values. Just because they were in the projects did not mean that they were necessarily degenerates. But when they moved the children and, whether it was wifey or a side chick out to the suburbs, and then the kids started being raised differently, they would go through some of the things that man just explained. And, we would laugh about it. But long story short, I think what all parents want, whether you be black, white, Hispanic, whatever, is for your kids to stay away from drugs and violence. And then whatever they get into, you accept it because you love them, right? Let me go to area code 347. Good evening. We're having a discussion here with regards to men boycotting certain types of women. 347. Yes, no, maybe.
Hi, good evening.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm gonna take this call from a female tonight, but early in the broadcast we said men only. But okay, where do you want to start?
Well, I want to say that in actuality, every single man that said what he had to say, it's very similar to how women feel.
Okay.
They don't. It's perceived differently though when women do it. But as a man, it's okay for you to say, no, I'm a successful doctor and I don't want to date a woman like this or like this or like this. I want a certain type of woman. But as a woman, when we do it, when we say, no, I'm successful and I don't want to date a bus driver. We get criticized. Oh, but what if he really loves you? And no, it's just that I don't want to deal with that tax bracket. I'd rather deal with someone who's more on my level so that we could have a more realistic way of living. Just that when women do it, it's just that we look down upon. I just feel like men.
And I'm going to jump in. And with all due respect, I'm going to say tonight, I don't care about the opinion of a woman. I don't.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I just
hang on. I'm being respectful. You have plenty of ways, times to express yourselves. You don't always need to intrude on men speaking, as you see now. Men are speaking. I'm being respectful to you, but I don't care about what a woman thinks and or feels tonight. I'm talking to guys who may not have fathers. They may look to me. Not saying I'm the best example, but someone has to speak to these young men coming up. And, I don't know if you're a mother or not, but, you have certain powers that you use to manipulate men. You play games with the children. You play games with child support. You play games with the police. You won't let a man see his kids. So, that's a whole nother can of worms. But tonight, I want to try and help young men. Are we clear?
I appreciate that. Very clear.
Thank you. Good night. See, don't have to be rude. Yeah. Let me go to area code 51. No, I'm sorry. This call, I brought you in and you didn't pick up. Are you ready now? 225. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Star?
Hey, man, how are you? What's cracking? I picked up before.
I'm doing great.
I picked up before.
Yes, sir. I apologize for earlier. I am a truck driver, so when you picked up before, the CV was on live, so I do apologize.
How are you, man?
For earlier.
Good to hear from you. What do you want to start?
I'm doing great.
Good to hear from
All right. So, first of all, I did write some notes as the show was going on. And I want to say the number one thing I do want to say, as a father of two, I do have a son that's 22 and my daughter is 13. I got to be honest, I'm disappointed with a lot of the responses that the guys have been giving out as far as like the advice that they give their son. Like when the guy said, because to me, the number one problem we have, the reason why we have a problem with a lot of these women, because like you guys say, and I really agree with this. Most men today are tricks, and they go into conversations with women shooting from the hip. They go into the conversation speaking on what they have and what they can do for the woman before they even give the woman a chance to say who she is and what she's about. Like I said, my son is 22. He's a computer engineer. He only has 2 semesters left at LSU. My daughter is 13, and she will be a future dentist. My thing is, I teach my son, this is what I teach my son about dating. Be responsible and focus on your obligations. Invest in yourself. Most men spend their time and spend their assets investing on things to invest in women. That's a problem. And one of the other things I always tell my son, always be willing, because I teach him from my mistakes. Always be willing to walk away from a woman that don't deserve you, because a real woman, a real feminine woman, is attracted to a real masculine man. So a lot of times, women do things to test you. And this is what I teach my son. If she says or does something and she's a real woman, she's testing your character. Be willing to walk away. Every time I've done that, it may be a day or so, maybe 2 days. If there's really something to her and she's really attracted, she will call you back. She will get back at you. But the thing is, most men crumble under that kind of pressure, and they get to simping, get to talking about what they can do. That's not what a real woman wants. And I do feel like because we do have a lack of fathers in the household, that's a big problem. I had my dad, and I'll be honest with you, Star. I've been listening to you going back all the way to the Shot 97 days. So I've been appreciating, the material that you've been putting out for a long time. But one thing I noticed with men like yourself, myself, and other men, the thing is, even though we try to understand, but because we've had our fathers, grandfathers, uncles, and people in our life, there is a difference, because 90% of the men that I see out here having these problems with women are men who they don't have an example to look to. So that's the number one. That's the number one thing I see. And then, of course, you have the 10% that don't necessarily listen to what the advice that they were given. But I would never teach another thing, I would never teach my son to have a side chick. Number one, you're just diverting assets. You only need one good woman. So if you're out here, here we go again. Now you're back to overvaluing. That's all about sex. If you're talking about having a side chick and all that, here we go again to men chasing sex, and that's what's gotten a lot of men in the situation that they're in.
So celebrating the flesh. That's a problem with a lot of males.
Right. And to me, that says a lot about yourself. Like, that's just being weak-minded. When you're willing to give in to what's between her legs like that, you're focused on everything but what you should be focused on.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I have a lot of respect for men who raise families. I came from a 2-parent household, man. I mean, I can never look down upon somebody who goes through the trials and tribulations with the woman, and they come out on top, and they produce, good kids. I can't frown upon that. I mean, I chose a different path, but salute to you, man. And you say your son is 20 what now?
My son is 22.
22. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would.
And guess what? Dating. No, I was about to say dating isn't a priority for him right now. He's focusing on finishing college, and then of course, he meets a lot of women, but that isn't his priority. And to be honest with you, it's all about the environment, and the women in those environments, if they're raised right, dating isn't their priority as well. But I will say that we wouldn't need to boycott a certain kind of woman if there were more men out here today or whatever, because this tricking, man, it's real. It's a big problem, man. I just never understand that what you have is more. If we're just talking about the exchange of sex, how is it that a woman can tell you that what she has is more valuable than what you have? And if y'all both are having sex, then the ultimate goal is that both of y'all are supposed to have an orgasm. So why is it that I'm paying you for something that we're both getting pleasure from? I just never could understand that, and how a man could like lower himself to just give up, you know what I'm saying, money for that. And she's walking away with possibly an orgasm and your money. But it's bad out here. But I do think it's
Can I jump in and
balance
say,
in the household.
Are you still married?
Yes, sir, I am. Yep.
How many years?
I've been married now 2 years, but we were together since we were 19.
Okay.
That's the thing. We stayed together, and guess what? I waited. I'm 43.
Okay.
I waited. I'll be 44 in January. I waited till I got all that nonsense out of my system. Right. My mom and everybody tried to pressure me into getting married. They were telling me about shacking up, but I knew I wasn't ready to be faithful yet. So I waited until I was ready to be faithful, and then I got married. And like I said, a lot of the things
I'm still not ready to be faithful. I still ain't ready.
And I respect that, man. And like I said, hey, I listen to you, Star, constantly. Yeah, man. So I respect that, man. Look, my older brother is about your age. He isn't ready either.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I think the term is a hospice wife. I think that's it. I think that's what I'm looking for.
Hey, man, as long as you enjoying your life, man, that's the only thing that matters. If you're enjoying your life is full of joy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you bring a lot of your listeners a lot of joy, man. Look, I have several YouTube channels, and I'm subscribed to you under several different channels, man. Look, when that notification come and I'm out here on the road, I click it, man. Even if I got to pull over to click
it, man. I appreciate you. Salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.